Hi, my name's Kian, and this is how me and Aria's forbidden love had a happy ending.
In the lush, vibrant landscape of rural Thailand, two souls found themselves intertwined in a love story that transcended family rivalries and societal expectations. Meet Aria, a breathtakingly beautiful young woman, the heiress to a vast fortune. She lived a life of privilege, surrounded by lavishness and luxury. Aria was the epitome of grace and sophistication, but beneath her lavish exterior, she longed for something more genuine and profound in her life. Aria lived a life of privilege that many could only dream of. Born into a wealthy and influential family, she enjoyed a level of comfort and opportunity that few people ever experienced. Aria was the heir to a long-standing family legacy of success and affluence. Her family had built a business empire that spanned generations, and she grew up with the knowledge that she would one day inherit this legacy. Aria's childhood home was a sprawling mansion, complete with beautifully manicured gardens, a private pool, and even a tennis court. Her bedroom was a sanctuary of comfort and elegance, with large windows that offered breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. Aria attended some of the most prestigious private schools in the country. Her education was tailored to her interests and needs, with access to the best teachers, tutors, and resources. She excelled academically, as her family's wealth allowed her to focus on her studies without the burden of financial concerns. Aria's privileged life included frequent international travel. She had visited exotic destinations, stayed in luxurious resorts, and experienced the world's diverse cultures. Her passport was filled with stamps from places most people only dreamed of visiting. Aria had the means to pursue a wide range of hobbies and interests. Whether it was horseback riding, yachting, playing musical instruments, or collecting fine art, she had the resources to indulge in her passions. Aria and her family were regular attendees at high society events, galas, and fundraisers. She was often seen on the red carpet at charity balls and art exhibitions, mingling with celebrities, politicians, and influential figures. Then there was Kian, a strikingly handsome and enigmatic man who also hailed from a family of immense wealth and influence. However, Kian's life was far from perfect. His family had long been embroiled in a bitter rivalry with Aria's own. This feud had roots that ran deep, and Kian had been raised to believe that their family's honor was at stake. The deep-seated rivalry between Kian and Aria's families had its origins in a complex web of historical, cultural, and personal factors. Here's a detailed version of why their families had problems that spanned generations. The roots of the rivalry stretched back several generations, to a time when their families were prominent figures in their hometown. The conflict had been simmering for centuries, with historical events and disputes serving as the initial catalysts for the enmity. Both families were prominent in the local business scene. Kian's family owned luxury hotels and upscale restaurants, while Aria's family had diverse business interests, including real estate and entertainment. This economic competition often fueled the rivalry, with each family vying for supremacy and dominance in various sectors. Aria's and Kian's families came from different cultural backgrounds, each with its own traditions, customs, and values. These differences sometimes led to misunderstandings and conflicts, as they held contrasting perspectives on how businesses should be conducted, what was considered respectable, and even matters as fundamental as family structure and values. Over the years, personal grudges had developed within each family. Instances of perceived betrayals, unfulfilled promises, and acts of betrayal had created lasting animosities that further exacerbated the tensions between the two families. As the town developed and evolved, property and territory disputes became a significant source of conflict. These disputes often revolved around ownership, land boundaries, and land use, leading to lawsuits and legal battles that only deepened the animosity between the families. There had been instances in the past where members of both families had fallen in love with individuals from the opposing side. These love affairs often led to fierce family opposition, exacerbating the feud. In some cases, love stories end tragically creating a cycle of bitterness and resentment. Both families took immense pride in their name, history, and legacy. Maintaining the honor and reputation of the family name was considered paramount. Any slight remark or insult, whether real or perceived, was fiercely defended, leading to further escalation of conflicts. Paradoxically, despite the rivalry, the families were economically interdependent. They were often each other's clients, suppliers, and business partners, making it challenging to completely sever ties and find a resolution. As the years passed, this complex tapestry of historical conflict, business competition, cultural differences, personal grudges, property disputes, love affairs, family pride, and generational inheritance all contributed to the deep-seated rivalry between Aria's and Kian's families. It became a part of their identity, a legacy they carried with them, and a burden that threatened to cast a shadow over future generations. One fateful night, driven by the desperate hope of gaining an upper hand over Aria's family, Kian decided to kidnap her. With a heavy heart, he carried out his plan, capturing the heiress and holding her hostage in his remote countryside house. In the midst of a lush Thai forest, where nature bloomed with boundless serenity, Aria found herself a captive. But to her surprise, Kian was not the ruthless villain she had expected. Rather, he was a man burdened by the weight of a family feud and a sense of duty. Over time, as Aria got to know Kian and the beauty of their surroundings, her initial fear transformed into curiosity and, eventually, affection. Realizing that love was blossoming between them, Kian faced a dilemma. His growing love for Aria was becoming more significant than the rivalry between their families. He couldn't bear to keep her captive any longer, even if it meant defying his own father. One day, Kian made a bold decision. He untied Aria and allowed her to roam freely in the serene countryside. Aria, now experiencing the world through new eyes, discovered that Kian's heart was as beautiful as the world they lived in. The captor had become her protector and, more importantly, her soulmate. As their love deepened, the young couple realized that they could no longer live under the shadows of their family's feud. They yearned for a life where they could be together without fear or prejudice. Thus, they decided to escape to Europe and build a life far away from their past. In the enchanting town of Cupid's Cove, where love stories were a way of life, Aria and Kian's unique love story continued to unfold. After escaping the rivalries of their families and finding sanctuary in this romantic haven, they discovered that their love could flourish in the most magical of settings. Aria, with her grace and elegance, had seamlessly adapted to the artistic and romantic atmosphere of Cupid's Cove. She had pursued her passion for the arts and opened a charming art gallery that featured her own beautiful paintings, inspired by the town's romantic ambiance. Her works were celebrated for capturing the essence of love, and her gallery quickly became a beloved spot for couples and art enthusiasts. Kian, too, found his place in the town, embracing his culinary talents and opening a quaint, upscale restaurant known for its delectable cuisine and intimate atmosphere. His dishes, created with a secret blend of spices that seemed to infuse each bite with love, became the talk of Cupid's Cove. The couple's love deepened with each passing day, as they reveled in the beauty of Cupid's Cove's cobblestone streets, charming cafes, and scenic coastline. They found solace in the music of the waves, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the warmth of each other's presence. One evening, under the soft glow of lanterns and the stars' twinkle, Kian proposed to Aria on a moonlit beach, with the sound of the waves serenading their love. Aria, with tears of joy, accepted his proposal, and they sealed their commitment with a kiss that felt like a promise of forever. As the town of Cupid's Cove celebrated their love, Aria and Kian's union seemed to add to the town's enchantment. Their restaurant and art gallery stood side by side, creating a unique destination for lovers who sought not only to savor gourmet delights, but also to be surrounded by the art of love. Cupid's Cove continued to weave its magic around them as the lovers painted their dreams and flavors into every moment they shared. The town, known for its magical atmosphere and the ability to make love stories come true, had now granted its blessings to Aria and Kian. In Cupid's Cove, where every corner whispered tales of romance, Aria and Kian found their own unique love story that was as captivating and timeless as the town itself, proving that love could bloom in the most extraordinary of settings. They found high-paying jobs, forged a luxurious life, and enjoyed the serenity of their love, free from the shackles of their family's enmity. They relished each other's company, savoring the simple joys and boundless love that life in Cupid's Cove offered. Over time, the rivalries of the past began to fade into obscurity, and the love between Aria and Kian continued to flourish. They had created their own world, far from the turmoil of their past lives, and their love story became a testament to the power of love to overcome even the most profound obstacles. In the embrace of endless serenity and the sanctuary of their love, Aria and Kian found their forever home in Cupid's Cove, a place where love truly conquered all.